The classroom hummed with an uncomfortable silence, broken only by the sharp click of Ms. Park's laser pointer against the holographic display. Hana Kim stood trembling, her slender fingers clutching a datapad that flickered with complex quantum communication diagrams. The other students shifted uncomfortably in their anti-gravity seats, sensing the tension building like a magnetic storm. "This is ridiculous," Ms. Park sneered, her crisp uniform reflecting the artificial light of New Terra Colony's most prestigious scientific academy. "Your research suggests quantum entanglement can create communication networks across galactic distances. You can barely maintain eye contact, let alone present a credible scientific theory." Hana's cheeks burned. She had spent months developing her research, working late into the night, while her classmates enjoyed virtual reality simulations and zero-gravity sports. Her theory wasn't just a dream, it was a carefully constructed mathematical model that challenged everything current interstellar communication technologies understood. The holographic display behind her showed intricate quantum network schematics, delicate lines of blue and green energy weaving through three-dimensional space, representing potential communication pathways between distant star systems. Each line represented years of research, countless sleepless nights, and a passion that burned brighter than the binary stars visible through the classroom's transparent dome. Outside the classroom, hidden from human perception, a crystalline probe no larger than a human hand quietly recorded every moment. Its advanced sensors captured not just sound and visual data, but emotional frequencies, the subtle electromagnetic waves that humans unconsciously emit during moments of stress, humiliation, and suppressed potential. Ms. Park continued her verbal assault. "Your calculations are fundamentally flawed. Look at how you've misinterpreted quantum entanglement principles. This isn't science. This is a fantasy written by someone who clearly doesn't understand basic interstellar communication protocols." The other students avoided Hana's gaze. Some looked embarrassed for her, while others seemed almost relieved they weren't the target of Ms. Park's razor-sharp criticism. In the background, holographic windows showed glimpses of spacecraft docking at nearby orbital stations, a constant reminder of the vast technological world beyond this classroom. What Ms. Park didn't know was that Hana's quiet demeanor masked an intellect that burned with an intensity few could comprehend. Her research wasn't just theoretical, it was a potential revolution in how intelligent species could communicate across vast cosmic distances. The crystalline probe continued its silent observation, its alien algorithms processing every nuance of the human interaction. The Resonance Collective, the enigmatic civilization that had dispatched this probe, had developed an extraordinary method of identifying potential across different species and civilizations. Hana's quantum communication model suggested something revolutionary, that emotional and intellectual energy could be transmitted through quantum entanglement in ways no previous research had ever considered. Her theory implied that communication wasn't just about transmitting data, but about transferring complex emotional and intellectual states across seemingly impossible distances. "Sit down, Kim," Ms. Park said dismissively. "Your presentation is over." As Hana retreated to her seat, the probe's sensors detected something extraordinary, a unique neural pattern that suggested potential far beyond what current human scientific understanding could measure. Her suppressed emotional state, combined with her groundbreaking theoretical work, had triggered an unexpected response in the probe's advanced tracking systems. The classroom continued its routine, unaware that a simple moment of academic humiliation was about to become the catalyst for an extraordinary journey that would reshape humanity's understanding of communication, technology, and its place in the universe. The probe remained motionless, its crystalline surface reflecting the artificial light, its alien intelligence processing data that would soon change everything. End of Part 1. The crystalline probe drifted silently through New Terra Colony's orbital space, its internal systems processing the data captured from Hana's classroom incident. Unlike typical mechanical devices, this probe was a living network of quantum intelligent matter, capable of experiencing and analyzing information in ways human technology could never comprehend. Deep within the probe's core, complex algorithms began reconstructing Hana's neural patterns. Each emotional fluctuation, each suppressed moment of scientific passion, created intricate holographic representations that danced like ethereal light sculptures. The Resonance Collective, a civilization so advanced they communicated through pure energy signatures, had developed these probes as cosmic talent scouts. In a distant research station orbiting a binary star system, alien researchers monitored the probe's findings. Their bodies were unlike anything human eyes had seen, translucent beings composed of interconnected energy networks, more information than physical matter. They communicated through rapid pulse sequences, discussing Hana's potential with mathematical precision. Remarkable neural configuration, pulsed the lead researcher, whose form resembled a complex web of luminescent threads. Her quantum communication model suggests potential beyond standard human developmental parameters. The probe began collecting additional background information. It accessed New Terra Colony's public databases, tracing Hana's academic history, countless hours of solitary research, rejected grant proposals, and overlooked potential painted a picture of a brilliant mind struggling against institutional limitations. Holographic reconstructions of Hana's research laboratory flickered to life. A small, cramped space filled with custom-built quantum communication prototypes. Makeshift equipment constructed from recycled spacecraft components told a story of innovation born from limited resources. Each device represented months of careful engineering, funded through part-time work and minimal academic grants. Unbeknownst to Hana, the probe was preparing something extraordinary. Its quantum intelligence had identified her as a potential bridge between human technological understanding and the complex communication networks used by advanced galactic civilizations. The research station began preparing a specialized data package, a technological gift designed to subtly guide Hana's research without direct intervention. Such guidance was a delicate process, requiring complex algorithmic calculations to ensure organic scientific discovery remained intact. Outside the research station's observation deck, massive energy conduits twisted through space like luminescent arteries. Spacecraft of various designs moved with graceful precision, some resembling traditional rocket designs, others shaped like living crystals that seemed to breathe and pulse with internal energy. A junior researcher, a being composed of interconnected energy nodes, carefully constructed the data package. Each algorithmic sequence was crafted to trigger specific neural pathways in Hana's brain, providing subtle inspirational nudges rather than direct technological transfer. "We must preserve her innovative pathway," the lead researcher emphasized. "Human potential emerges most powerfully when discovery feels autonomous." The data package contained encrypted quantum communication protocols, mathematical models that hinted at communication techniques far beyond current human understanding. These weren't complete solutions, but intricate puzzles designed to spark intellectual curiosity. As the probe prepared its transmission, surrounding space seemed to ripple with anticipation. Quantum entanglement networks hummed with potential, preparing to deliver their carefully constructed message across light-years of cosmic distance. Hana Kim, still unaware of the extraordinary events unfolding, continued her research in her small laboratory. Unprocessed data from her rejected presentation lay scattered across holographic displays, waiting for the moment of unexpected transformation. The probe's crystalline surface began to glow, soft, pulsing light that carried centuries of advanced scientific knowledge. A transmission was imminent, a moment that would change everything. In the vast, silent expanse of space, potential waited to be unleashed. End of Part 2. The laboratory hummed with quiet intensity, holographic displays flickering around Hana as she worked late into the night. New Terra Colony's research center was mostly empty, with only distant maintenance robots completing their routine checks. Suddenly, her primary communication terminal began generating an unexpected data stream. At first, Hana thought it was another system glitch, something common in her budget-restricted research environment. But these signals were different. precise, mathematically perfect. The incoming data package contained quantum communication, schematics that seemed to complete the missing pieces in her research. Each algorithm was like a perfectly shaped puzzle piece, sliding into her existing theoretical framework with impossible precision. Quantum entanglement principles that she had theorized but could never conclusively prove were now presented with stunning clarity. Her hands trembled as she analyzed the data. These weren't just theoretical models. They represented a revolutionary approach to interstellar communication that could potentially transform human technological understanding. The schematics suggested communication methods that could transmit complex information across galactic distances instantaneously, bypassing traditional electromagnetic signal limitations. Outside her laboratory window, New Terra Colony's orbital platforms moved like mechanical dancers. Spacecraft of various designs, some sleek and angular, others resembling organic structures, drifted between massive communication arrays. The colony represented humanity's most advanced technological frontier, a testament to human adaptability and exploration. What Hana didn't realize was that the data package was a carefully constructed intervention by the Resonance Collective. Their quantum probe had identified her unique neural pathways and potential, selecting her as a potential bridge between human and advanced galactic communication technologies. The data contained more than just scientific information. Embedded within the quantum algorithms were subtle inspirational triggers, intellectual nudges designed to expand her cognitive horizons. Each mathematical sequence was crafted to stimulate creative problem-solving and challenge existing technological paradigms. Hana's research terminal began generating holographic projections, three-dimensional representations of quantum communication networks that seemed to breathe and pulse with living energy. Complex mathematical equations danced around her, forming intricate patterns that suggested communication methods beyond traditional human understanding. A maintenance robot passing her laboratory paused, its advanced sensors detecting the extraordinary, quantum signatures being generated. For a brief moment, its programming struggled to comprehend the revolutionary data being processed. Her university colleagues, who had previously dismissed her research, would never understand the magnitude of what was happening. This wasn't just a scientific breakthrough, it was a potential revolution in how intelligent species could communicate across cosmic distances. The quantum communication model suggested something revolutionary. Emotional and intellectual energy could be transmitted through quantum entanglement in ways no previous research had ever considered. Her theory implied that communication wasn't just about transmitting data, but about transferring complex emotional and intellectual states across seemingly impossible distances. As dawn broke over New Terra Colony, Hana realized she was standing at the precipice of a technological transformation. The anonymous data package had not just validated her research, it had provided a roadmap to a future where communication knew no boundaries. Unbeknownst to her, light years away, the Resonance Collective observed her progress. Their quantum probe continued its silent monitoring, waiting to see how humanity would respond to this unexpected gift of knowledge. The laboratory continued to hum with potential holographic displays reflecting in Hana's wide, excited eyes. Something extraordinary was about to unfold. End of Part 3. The research complex erupted with excitement as Hana's quantum communication network prototype began taking shape. Massive holographic displays tracked the revolutionary technology's development, showing complex energy pathways that seemed to defy traditional physics. Government and military representatives from multiple planetary colonies gathered to witness the demonstration. Advanced robotic assistants moved silently around the laboratory, helping Hana prepare her groundbreaking presentation. Each mechanical assistant seemed to recognize something extraordinary was about to happen. "This isn't just a communication network," Hana explained, her once timid voice now confident and clear. "We're creating a quantum bridge that can transmit information across galactic distances instantaneously, with emotional and intellectual context preserved." The prototype looked unlike any communication device humans had previously constructed. It resembled a living crystal, pulsing with soft blue and green energy, its surface shifting and adapting like an intelligent organism. Quantum entanglement nodes flickered around its core, creating intricate geometric patterns that seemed to breathe with potential. During the initial test, something unprecedented occurred. When the device activated, it didn't just transmit data. It created a momentary connection with distant communication networks. Holographic representations of unknown alien communication signatures briefly appeared, suggesting the technology had accidentally tapped into something far more complex than anyone anticipated. Military researchers leaned forward, their augmented reality interfaces tracking every microscopic change. Spacecraft communication specialists from orbital stations watched with a mixture of excitement and professional skepticism. This wasn't just another technological demonstration. This was a potential revolution in interstellar communication. The quantum network could do something extraordinary. It could transmit not just information, but complex emotional and intellectual states. A message sent through this network would carry the sender's exact mental and emotional context, creating a level of communication far beyond simple text or audio transmission. Orbital tracking stations began receiving unexpected quantum signatures. Strange, complex communication patterns emerged from previously silent regions of explored space. It was as if HANA's technology had accidentally opened communication channels that had remained dormant for centuries. "We're receiving multiple unidentified quantum communication streams," announced a senior researcher, her voice a mixture of excitement and carefully controlled professional tension. "These signatures don't match any known communication protocols in our databases." Massive spacecraft in the orbital docks seemed to react to the quantum network's activation. Communication arrays began generating unexpected energy patterns, responding to frequencies that no human technology had previously detected. The Resonance Collective's quantum probe continued its silent observation. Its creators watched with what could only be described as satisfaction. Their carefully planted technological seeds were beginning to germinate in human scientific understanding. HANA's transformation was complete. The shy, humiliated student had become a global scientific icon, her quantum communication network promising to revolutionize humanity's understanding of interstellar communication. Major research institutions from multiple planetary colonies began competing to collaborate with her. Government funding that was previously unavailable suddenly became abundant. Advanced research facilities offered her unprecedented resources, recognizing that her technology represented a potential leap in human technological capabilities. During a global broadcast, HANA demonstrated how the quantum network could transmit complex information. She connected with research stations on distant lunar colonies, showing how emotional and intellectual context could be preserved across vast cosmic distances. The technology suggested something profound. Communication was more than just transmitting data. It was about sharing consciousness, understanding, and collective human potential. As the demonstration concluded, strange quantum signatures continued to pulse through the newly created network, a reminder that something extraordinary was just beginning. The universe seemed to be listening, waiting to see what humanity would do next. End of Part 4. The Galactic Academic Council's massive orbital conference center hummed with anticipation. Delegates from hundreds of planetary systems gathered, their diverse biological forms representing the incredible variety of intelligent life in the known universe. Hana Kim walked onto the central stage, no longer the shy student who had been humiliated in her classroom. Her quantum communication network had transformed her into a legendary scientific figure, respected across multiple star systems. Behind her, holographic displays showcased her revolutionary technology, intricate networks of quantum communication that seemed to breathe with living energy. Ms. Park sat in the audience, watching in stunned disbelief. The same teacher who had once brutally criticized and dismissed Hana now witnessed her former student receiving the most prestigious scientific recognition in human history. The irony was not lost on anyone present. The Quantum Resonance Communication Network, Hannah began, her voice calm and confident, represents more than just a technological breakthrough. It's a bridge between consciousness, a way to truly understand, communication across cosmic boundaries. Alien delegates from various civilizations listened intently. Crystalline beings from the Andromeda cluster, energy-based life forms from quantum-rich star systems, and silicon-based intelligences from distant galaxies all recognized the profound significance of her work. The quantum probe that had originally identified Hannah's potential continued its silent observation. Its mission was complete. A promising intellect had been guided, not controlled, toward a transformative scientific discovery. Unexpected communication signatures began appearing during Hannah's presentation. Strange quantum frequencies pulsed through the conference center's communication arrays, suggesting that her network had inadvertently opened channels to previously unknown civilizations. "We're receiving multiple unidentified quantum communication streams," announced a senior researcher, his augmented reality interface flickering with complex data patterns. The entire conference hall watched in breathless anticipation. Ms. Park's professional reputation had been gradually diminishing since Hannah's breakthrough. The academic community now viewed her critical approach as outdated and destructive. Where she once wielded power through harsh criticism, she now represented everything wrong with traditional educational methodologies. Hannah's presentation revealed how her quantum network could transmit not just data, but complex emotional and intellectual states. A message sent through this technology would carry the sender's exact mental and emotional context, a revolutionary concept that challenged everything known about communication. Massive holographic displays showed the quantum communication network's potential. It could connect research stations across multiple planetary systems, preserve complex intellectual contexts, and potentially create a universal communication platform that transcended biological and technological limitations. The Galactic Academic Council presented Hannah with its highest scientific honor, the Interstellar Innovation Award. Her quantum communication network was recognized as a technology that could potentially transform how intelligent species interact across cosmic distances. "This technology represents more than scientific achievement," the Council's lead representative stated. "It demonstrates the extraordinary potential of individual human creativity and resilience." Ms. Park watched, her previous position of authority completely dismantled. The same student she had once humiliated now stood as humanity's most celebrated young scientist, invited to represent Earth in the most prestigious scientific gathering in known history. Orbital stations and spacecraft surrounding the conference center seemed to pulse with excitement. Communication arrays generated unexpected energy patterns, responding to frequencies that no previous human technology had detected. The quantum probe continued its silent observation, its mission complete. It had identified potential, provided subtle guidance, and watched as human innovation took an extraordinary leap forward. As Hannah concluded her presentation, the conference hall erupted in a complex symphony of applause, some biological, some technological, some existing in quantum frequencies humans couldn't even perceive. The universe had been listening, and humanity had finally found its voice. End of Part 5.